Hey, welcome back, Craps Crusaders. I've got a good video for you today. I call it Just One Hit. All you need is one hit, then you're going to be in profit no matter what. And if you can catch a streak after that first hit, it can really pay off well. So I really think you're going to like this one. I enjoyed playing it actually. So let's get right into it. Thanks. Okay, so I really like this strategy. It's worked out well for me and it's been fun to play. Let me give you the basic overview of how it works. So we're going to wait for a point to be established. Let's say it's a 5. And no matter what the point is, we're going to need $110. And what we're going to do with that $110 is play the inside. We're going to have a $25 5 and 9 and a $30 6 and 8. So 25 each on the 5 and 9, $30 each on the 6 and 8 for 110 total. We wait for the roll of the dice. As soon as we have one hit on any of these inside numbers, it's going to pay 35. I'm going to actually pay all that in red just to make this easier. So it's going to pay 35. And then here's what we're going to do. After that first hit, we're going to take our inside down and we're going to switch to $15 each on the 9 and the 10. So where does that leave us? There's our 110 initial. So we've got $5 extra. $5 extra in our rack, and we have the 9 and the 10 working for us. Here's what we're looking to do next. Obviously we want a 9 or a 10 to hit. If the 10 hits, it's going to pay 27. If the 9 hits, it's going to pay 21. So let's say the 10 hits, we'll go best case scenario, and it's going to pay $27. Again, I'm going to pay it in red just to keep making change. Make that a little easier. So that's going to pay $27. Here's what we're going to do with that $27. We're going to use 24 of it to buy either a 6 or an 8. So let's do a $24 8. Still going to need a little change. There's our $24 8. Again, let's look at our rack. Here's our 110 initial, and we now have $8 extra. So we're up $8, and we have all of this working for us. That's the gist of the strategy. You can start doing more what you want after that. You can start doing whatever you want to begin with, obviously. But what I like to do at this point is next hit, collect. The hit after that, I buy the 6 for $24. And then I alternate between collecting and building things up or placing or buying more numbers. So that's the gist of the strategy, and it's worked really well for me. But other than getting past that first gauntlet of not 7ing out before you hit at least one of these numbers, because that's going to cost you 110 if you do that. That's your worst case scenario. But I've been playing, and when I have hit the 110, when I have 7'd out and lost 110, I haven't laddered up. I've kept it the same, and I've been able to make money because at some point I'll have a good roll where I'll have a streak, where I'll have the 9, 10, and let's say 8 working. I hit some more numbers, I build things up, and I'll make some good money on those rolls. So that's the gist of it. Let me go ahead and roll it out live and show you how it works. Okay, so to play out this strategy, I've got $820. I've got 700 in green, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 100 in red, that gets us to 800. And then I've got another 20 in white, which should make the video go faster as far as me making change. Hey, real quick, I have a spoiler for you. This strategy ends up performing very well. It's a little slow to get going, so you might want to watch it a little bit to get the idea of how the rolls and the bets work, and then if you want to zip ahead a little ways, maybe about at the 60% point, 65% point, I start getting into some better rolls, and you can really see this strategy work its magic. So the first thing we need to do is get a point established. We'll assume somebody else is rolling because we don't have a pass line or don't pass line bet. 3, craps 3, that's a loser on the pass line, pay the don't. 9, 6, 3, 9. So the point is 9. we're always going to start with our 110 inside. And we just need one hit. All right, there's a 6, 516, $30 6 is going to pay 35. And here's what we're going to do now. Actually, I'm going to pay that in all red. All right, there's our 35 all in red. We're going to bring everything down and we're going to play a $15 9 and a $15 10. You could play the 4 and 5 if you like. I like the 9 and 10 better. So where we stand right now is there's our 110 original. So we're actually up $5. And we've got the 9 and 10 working for us. Here we go. That's a Yo 11. All right, there's a 9. 9 is the point. $15 9 is going to pay us 21. So there's the 21. And then here's what we're going to do after we hit either the 9 or the 10. We leave those alone, and then we're going to buy a $24 6 or 8, whichever one you want to do. So there's 21. I'm going to toss in 3 more bucks to get us to $24. All right, so we're still playing that. We're still playing with casino money now. We've got $115 over here. So we had an extra 5. I just threw in 3 bucks. So we're up $2 with all that working for us. But it's not working yet. We got to get a point set. All right, there's a 10. All right, here we go. 3, craps 3. We're going to just collect first time, by the way. All right, there's a 6. We hit it. That's fantastic. So $24 6 is going to pay 28. There's the 27 and 8. There's the $28. Just rack that. And next hit, we're going to add. We're going to press. 12. Craps 12. 8. We're not on the 8 yet. That's our goal. All right, 7 out. So, after the first roll, let's call it, we're up $30 or so, and we couldn't get a big streak going, but not bad. All right, let's try again. 2, craps 2 on the come out. 7 on the come out. There's a 5, 4, 1, 5. 110 inside for 1 hit. So this is our vulnerable state, obviously. Here's a 9. $25 9 is going to pay 35. There's the 35. Everything comes down. We're going to play a $15 9 and 10. If we can get a hit on the 9 or 10, we're going to place a $24 6 or 8. Hit the 9 right away. It's going to pay 21. So there's a 21. 21. I've got 3 white in here. Now we've got a $24 6. That's the biggest part of the strategy. After this, what do you want to do? But that's the goal, is to 1 hit the 5 through 9, 1 hit the 9 or 10, get your $24 6 out there. You've got a lot of good action with a lot of casino money out there, and then you're off and running. Okay, there's an 8, so I picked the wrong number. I went with the 6. There's another 9. It's going to pay 21. I'm just going to collect that. And another 7 out. So we haven't got that nice long roll going yet, but I've been making money each and every roll here. All right, new point. 5. The new point is 5. There's our 110 on the inside. 3, craps 3. Back-to-back craps 3s. And a a 5. 5 is the point. Again, that 25 on the 5 is going to pay 35. There's that. We're going to go 15 each on the 9 and 10. And let's get a new point set first. That's a 4, hard 4. Here we go. 3 craps 3. Man, a lot of 3s. That's another one. Okay, and we 7'd out. Again, I put 20 on accident on the 10. I'm trying to cheat myself out of $5. 7 out. So again, we avoided big red on our 110 bet, but we didn't avoid it once we were safe, but we didn't make any money. $5. Okay, hard 10 is the new point. Okay, there's a 5. It's going to pay 35. Here we go. Again, we're going to go to the $15, 9, and $15, 10. Looking for a hit on those, then we're going to place a 6 or an 8. There's a 6. We're not on there yet. Okay, hard 10. That is the point. It's going to pay 27, and I'm going to pay that in red too to make things a little easier. Okay, so using that money, I'm going to buy the 6 again. There's 20, 22, 23, 24. So there's our $24 6, and we're going to need a new point. So now hopefully we can get something going, build things up, and make some real money. 5. The new point is 5. And we hit the point right away, so let's redo that. 10, hard 10. There's an 8, right in between us. And 7 out. So from one standpoint, we haven't had the misfortune of 7ing out with our 110 out there yet. We also haven't had the good fortune of a nice long roll once we're starting to get some money out there. So we'll keep plugging along. 3. Must be like the 5th 3 I've thrown. There's a 6, 5, 1, 6. Looking for that a little earlier. All right, we're going 110 inside, 30 on the 6 and 8, 25 each. I should say 30 each on the 6 and 8, 25 each on the 5 and 9. There it is. There's a 7. So our 110 goes away. And we're not going to ladder. Let's get a new point set. 4. $110 back out there. That's an easy 10. 6, 4. And there's a 5. 25 is going to pay 35. There's a 35. We're going to bring it all down and go to a $15, 9, and 10. Here we go. That's a 5. 6, hard 6. 4 is the point, so let's go ahead and get a new point set. 9. We could leave those working if we wanted. I always just follow the puck. In that case, working 9 would have collected. 2, craps 2. And 7 out. All right, back to square one. 10. So the point is 10. Going 110 across. Here we go. Here's a 5. So it's going to pay 35. I'm going to pay in red this time. And everything's going to come down. Going to do a $15, 9 and 10, rack everything else. Here we go. 7 out right away. Man. Okay, real quick, let's just see where we stand. We got 0 streaks going that whole time, and we had 1 7 out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 750, 770. Let's call it 782. We're down about $60 currently. Let's keep going. All right, here we go. 5 is the point. Here's our 110 inside. And hit the point, which is 5. That's going to pay 35. Oops, there's a 35. That all comes down. We're going to switch to a $15, 9 and 10. On this shooter, we're up $5. Have the $15, 9 and 10 working for us. 5 is the new point. And hit another point right away. All right, so 9 and 10 are off. 7 on the come out roll. That's one of the reasons to follow the puck. Goes both ways. Here's an 8, a 5, 3, 8. Another point hit. And 7 on the come out roll. Hard 10. Just gonna leave them right there. 7'd out, couldn't do anything. So other than that $5 we made, nothing else happened for us. Here we go again. That's a Yo 11. 9, 6, 3, 9. Points 9, go 110 across. Looking for that 1 hit. And there it is, there's an 8. $30 8 pays 35. There's the 35. Let's bring everything down and get our $15, 9 and 10 set up. Another $5 in the bank, and let's see if we can get something going. 5, 3, 2, 5. Back-to-back 5s. Picked the wrong end this time. Here's an 8, easy 8. Okay, there's that 9 we were looking for. That is the point. So that's going to pay 21. There's the 21. I'm going to toss in $3 more to get that to 24. And let's keep them all in a row. Got the 8, 9, and 10. First things first, let's get a new point. 8 right off the bat is the point, and we'll leave it there. 5, 4, 1, 5. 7 out. Again, I think we made $2 that entire roll. Didn't lose anything, but cannot get anything going. All right, 7 on the come out roll. Here's an easy 8, a 6, 2. Point is 8. You have our 110 inside, 1 hit. And hit the point again, hard 8. It's going to pay 35. What you should be asking yourself is, should we play 110, wait for 1 hit, take our $35, and then sit out the rest of the roll, and then do it again? I mean, depending how busy the table is, they might let you do that. But that's what would have been working for us today so far. Okay, so pays 35, we hit the point, everything comes down. We're gonna go $15 on the 9 and 10 again. And let's get a point set. That's a 5. Looking for a 9 or a 10. And we hit the 9, so that's going to pay 21. There's the 21. I'm going to toss in 3 again. I'm going to go back to the 6. And let's get something going. All right, there's a 9. Pays 21. Let's go ahead and collect this time. Four, 3, 1. All right, there's an 8. I picked wrong yet again. And a 7 out. Again, made a few bucks, but nothing big. The new point is 5. We're going to go 110 again. And looking for that first hit. It's a 9, 5, 4, so it's going to pay 35. There's the 35. It all comes down. We switch to a $15 9 and 10. Here we go. 6, hard 6. Hard 4, knocking all the hard ways. That's a yo 11. 8, 6, 2. And a 6. We're hitting all those 6 and 8s right now. Here's a 10. It's going to pay 27. Pay that in red. So there's 27. We're going to, of that 27, we're going to go 24 on an 8. All right, here we go. There we go, an 8 right off the bat. It's going to pay $28. There's the 28. Let's go ahead and rack this time. 4, easy 4. All right, there's another 8. It's going to pay $28. Let's pay that in red. There's the $28. So let's go ahead and buy a $24 6 this time. All right, now we're getting somewhere. 10, it's going to pay $27. Let's go ahead and collect that. Dice off the table. That dice was running for Oklahoma. Off the table, right back from Oklahoma, we throw a 7. Okay, so that time you started to see the idea of getting some nice bet amounts out there and bringing in some money. We did to an extent, but then big red showed up. All right, 10 is the point. Actually, let me get some change. Got our 110 out there. And there's an 8. It's going to pay 35. There's a 35. Bring it all down. What I was initially doing was playing a $15 4 and 10. And I don't know, I just didn't seem to be having good luck. So I switched to the 5 and 9. Then I split the difference. So I'm doing a 9 and 10 or a 4 and a 5. So that's how I came up with that. You know, do you want to play the far outside or maybe the 5 and 9? Well, how about one of each? That's what I'm doing. All right, here we go. That's a 6, 5, 1, 6. There's a 9. It's going to pay 21. There's the 21. I'm going to throw in $3 from my rack over here. I'm going to go with the 8. Got the 8, 9, and 10 working for us. All 4, hard 4. All right, there's a 10. That is the point. It's going to pay 27. There's the 27. Go ahead and rack it this time, and let's get a new point set. All right, the point is 8, and we're going to leave everything where it stands. 9. Okay, so the $15 9 is going to pay 21. And we're going to go and buy a 6, or place a 6. There's 21. We've got 3 more here. We've got the 6 and 8 for 24, and we still have that 9 and 10 for 15. 4, hard 4. Back to back, 4 is the hard way. Okay, there's a hard 10, by the way. Okay, it's going to pay 27. Going to collect. You can see that we're alternating with the collect and whatever else we want to do. There's an 8. 8 is the point. And we've got 24 out there. It's going to pay 28. There's the 28. And I think what we'll do this time is I'm going to take everything up a unit. So we just got paid 28. I'm going to use 22 of it. Take my 6 and 8 up to 30. And I guess we'll call that a buy. Buy bet on the 9 and 10. Need a new point. All right, 7 on the come out roll. 3, craps 3. Hard 10. Here we go, let's get something going. All right, there's a 9. So we've got $20 on the 9. All right, that's gonna pay $28. We'll collect this time. And lose one of those. There's 28. Four, hard 4. There's a 6. We've got a $30 6, right? Yeah. $30 6 is going to pay 35. So there's a 35, and what do we want to do? Of the 35, I'm going to go ahead and place a $15 5. So we brought a little bit of that home too. All right, there's an 8. $30 8 is going to pay 35. Let's keep it all this time. Here we go. Another 8. All right, going to pay 35. So there's a 35. I think what we'll do is rack this green one. So we have some red to work with here. Let's take our 5 up to 20. And we'll buy a 4 for 20. All right, we're locked and loaded out there. All right, there's a 5. It's going to pay $28. We're going to keep all that. 12 boxcars. All right, there's a 9. Pays 28 again. $25 and 3 is 28. I'm going to take my 6 and 8 up a unit. I think I'm going to rack the rest of it. All right, there's a 9. $28. I'm going to keep all of it. 6. I want to say we got 36 out there. Yeah, 36 out there is going to pay 42. There's the 42. I'm going to rack the green and take my 5 and 9 up a unit, and we're rolling. All right, there's a 9. What do we got out there? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, it's going to pay 35. Here's the 35. And I'm going to rack it all. 10, hard 10, that's the point. All right, so we've got 20 out there. Let's, so pays 40 to reach for more chips. 20. There's the 40, I'll toss in $1 to pay the vig, I guess. All right, bets are currently not working. 6 on the come out roll. And a 7 out. You know what I was gonna start doing right then? I was like, when I start hitting these, I'm gonna start pulling them down as I hit them, but the first one I hit made me pull them all down. That was a good roll. You can see what can happen with the strategy. That's what we're looking for, that's for sure. Let's play through one more time. There's a 9, 5, 4, 9, so we're going 110 inside. Take a deep breath. And we got through it again, made it through the gauntlet. There's a 6. So we can't lose now, this shooter. There's a $35. Gonna bring it all down. And we're gonna get our $15, 9, and 10 set up. And let's see what we can do. Here's an 8, 5, 3, 8. Yo 11. Okay, hard 10. It's gonna pay 27. Let's pay that in red. So there's a 28.7, and we are going to buy a $24 8. All right, here we go. Yo 11 again. There's a 6. We're not on the 6. And we 7'd out. So that shooter, I think if you figure it out, we're up $2. All right, so let's call that a day and see where we stand. Okay, so here's where we finished up after that session. We've got our original 820 here. And we've got a profit of 375, 85, 88. So $388 profit, not bad. We had one really nice streak, which was fantastic. The other thing I would say, to be perfectly fair, is we did only have one 0.7 out that cost us $110 right off the bat. So anyways, I hope you find some things in that strategy you can like and use. I appreciate you watching, and I will keep them coming. Have a good one.